So many things to cover in today's video. We're going to be talking about New Genesis. They've got an official podcast on the 19th. We've got a new mission pass. We got more information about the Malevolent Void urgent quest and more. But before we talk about that, if you're new to the channel, I upload PSO2 content daily. So if you do play this game, I would really appreciate a subscribe. We're getting really close to my goal of 20,000. If we can hit it by the end of the month, I'd be really grateful. Anyway, without further ado, let's begin the video. Alright, so the first thing that I want to talk about is Mission Pass Season 10. There are a couple key items that I want you guys to really capitalize on. And that is, during this Mission Pass, we will be getting Void Fragments. So Void Fragments will be needed to make your Trailblazer weapon as well as your Trailblazer units. So please don't pass up on the Mission Pass. You can get this without the gold ticket, so you don't even need to spend any star gems. Another thing about this Mission Pass is this is a special Mission Pass, as you'll get 4 weeks worth of items in only 2 weeks. So that is pretty intense. And what I want you guys to pay attention to is the Void Fragment. So we're going to scroll down. I know there are a lot of really cool cosmetic items like the guitar extension hair, but we got to talk about the Void Fragment first. So you can see here materials normal, so we will not need the gold ticket in order to get your Void Fragments, but they will drop in tier 3, 9, 15, 19, 25, and 30. We don't know the amount of how much we'll get per tier, but you'll notice that it drops very often. That's 6 separate tiers where you'll be able to get your Void Fragments. And maybe if you have the gold ticket, you might be able to get even more Void Fragments. Next up is the new urgent quest, the Malevolent Void. So this is going to be the urgent quest that we're going to be spamming day in and day out because we want to farm for those Void Fragments. But let's scroll down and see what loot we can get. So there are featured rewards, which are the Ophistia weapons. So if you don't have an Ophistia weapon and you're curious on like, oh, how does it feel to use an Ophistia weapon? You may get lucky and you may get a Ophistia weapon from here. Not only do Ophistia weapons drop, profound weapons will also drop from this urgent quest. So profound weapons are used to make your Starquake weapons. They're 1 out of the 5 different weapons that you need. But not only that, you can straight up just get a Starquake weapon to drop. So if you do manage to get a Starquake weapon to drop, that's a pretty big deal, because then you can just skip the entire process of making the Starquake weapon, which is pretty nice. And last but not least, we can get the Trailblazer units. So if you do get the Trailblazer units, this will also save you a ton of Void Fragments, and will probably give you better augments and more slots as well. Now there are 2 versions for this urgent quest. There is the Malevolent Void, which is the regular version where I think it should be 12 players. However, when you complete the Malevolent Void, there's a chance that it may drop a trigger. And if you do get this trigger, then you can do the Call of the Void. Call of the Void is a 4-player version of this urgent quest and is a bit harder. However, the rewards are pretty intense. You can get the Chronos Eternity Stone as well as Founder's Amphitrite. The Founder's Amphitrite is actually used to upgrade your 14-star Xion weapons into 15 stars. So the TLDR is you want to get the Founder's Amphitrite as many as you can, because not only does the Trailblazer use this material, there's future weapons that will also require this material. And at the moment we only have one, which was obtained from Season 9's Mission Pass. Now there's a whole bunch of weapon skins over here. Of course, the Chronos Eternity Stone is used to make our Atlas EX weapon. However, I'm sure most of you guys have quite a lot of these already. Next up is the Fresh Find Shop. The Fresh Find Shop is being updated. We're getting a whole bunch of new cosmetic items over here. But what I want you to pay attention to is right down here. One, we can buy the Malevolent Void trigger, which is really good news. I wouldn't recommend buying any of these other triggers over here because you can just buy them with Rising Weapon badges. I'd make sure to check the Rising Weapon badge shop as well as the casino if you can get the Malevolent Void triggers from there, because if you could, then you could save your star gems. But there is one mission over here that I am not familiar with, and that is Christmas on Ice trigger. So I'm assuming that this is going to be a seasonal urgent quest. However, I have never done this one, or I've never heard of this one. So if you guys do know what it is, let me know in the comment section below. Next up is the PSO2 New Genesis official broadcast. So they will be broadcasting this on their YouTube channel, so do subscribe to their YouTube channel. And this is the good news. This broadcast will be pre-recorded. So they learned from their mistake last time where they did it live with a translator talking over the Japanese speaker, and it was just kind of a mess. So if it's pre-recorded, I'm hoping that the production value is going to be better. I'm hoping that the video quality is going to be able to support, you know, at least 1080p at high qualities, high bit rate, so forth and so on. And I'm hoping that they're going to just, you know, lower the volume or just straight up mute the Japanese voices and just have the translator speaking, so we get all the juicy details in a clear and concise manner. So definitely tune into this. It will be on December 19th, 7:30 p.m. my time. Do check the website yourself. It'll automatically switch over here to whatever your local time is. Next up is the AC scratch tickets. We are getting the support items pack. This is a huge deal. Main thing I want you guys to pay attention to is not the gracefuls, but the grand. We're getting all of the grand variants from this scratchy, which gives us extra melee, gives us HP, gives us PP. This one is extremely good. Will definitely help you out, especially if you're augmenting your Trailblazer weapon. This extra 10 melee power is going to help you a ton in your augmentation. It's just going to make your life so much easier. And another thing that you guys may want to look into is augmentation insurance, maximum 7 slots. This is pretty insane. If you guys get lucky and pick up a couple of these augment insurances, then you can save a ton of augment transfer passes, especially if you're planning to make units with 7 slots or more. This AC Scratchy does not seem to have the pity where you can just pick whatever you want. Instead, they're just giving you bonus rewards based on how many tickets you've scratched. But if you do decide to scratch, the 30 scratch augment over here, augment mark succession. This looks interesting. I'm not entirely sure what this is. Is this the capsule which allows you to rip off mark abilities and put it onto your weapons / units? Because if it is, then you could use this to maybe rip off Mark Anger, which gives you 50 of all stats, which would make it even easier to hit that 200 power, again, if you are making your Trailblazer weapon. Another thing of interest is, of course, augment transfer passes. We can see over here, when you scratch 20, 50, and 75, you get augment transfer passes. Doesn't specify how many, unfortunately. It would really suck if it just gives 1, because that's a lot of scratchies. But either way, this scratch ticket is definitely worth it if you guys decide to spend a little bit of money. Now, of course, there's a separate AC scratch ticket and a fun scratch ticket called the Corrupted Heroes, where you get all the fashiony stuff. So again, let's watch the video together and then we'll go through the fun scratch tickets afterwards. So it's kind of like this neo-punk gothic type of look they're going for. I like the fact how you can change your eye color, like 2 separate eye colors. I don't exactly know if this is going to be part of the skin, or do you have to go to the salon? Because I know only certain classes can have 2 separate eye colors. I forgot what race, but there was a specific race that can do that, and only them, I believe. This character looks pretty dope. I actually like this character design. Damn, look at that underwear, the innerwear. That was hella sexy. This is like some Demon Lord stuff. Or vampire? I don't know. his base wear looks pretty dumb. Wow, butterflies. Wireframe looks really dope. Butterfly wings, hell yeah, I can get behind that. Mask accessory, gas mask. Wow, Strek hair looks really nice. Table, oh, the table dance emotes. I think these were out before? I'm not entirely sure. Dance 56, looks pretty nice. But yeah, Corrupted Heroes AC Scratch Ticket will come out on November 24th. And you scroll down here, they didn't show any of the cast parts, weird enough, or maybe I just wasn't paying attention. Not entirely sure. There are some couple hairstyles over here that look pretty dope. Oh, we do get the eyes. Can we get the different colored eyes though? I don't think so. That kind of sucks. Oh well. I guess they had to keep the lore, like, you know, proper, so only specific races can do it. But overall, this looks pretty nice. Oh, you can get a hovering UFO accessory. That looks pretty nice. Unfortunately, in this AC scratch ticket, you're limited to the augments, the melee range, and technique /2. So it's not the good ones, unfortunately. And for this AC scratch ticket, I believe there's the pity. So if you do 30 scratch tickets, you can get the corrupted H ticket. So you can pick whatever item you want. Then at 60 and 120. Now for my free-to-play players, we've got a fun scratch ticket update. Doesn't look that much of an update. I don't know what exactly is new. Maybe Panda Eyes is new. The simple beret may be new. I'm not entirely sure, but there's definitely a lot over here which is repeating, because I remember paper bag, carrot on the stick, the wrappies, like these stuff are old. So I'm not entirely sure what is new. Anyway, that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about in today's video. Hopefully you guys found it helpful. If you did, I would appreciate a like and a subscribe. And I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye.
What can I say except you're welcome?